You're watching Reality Check. Now, we all know how IPL has been wildly successful since it came into being in 2008. But even cricket watchers were stunned by the staggering amounts for which two new teams in Ahmedabad and Lucknow have gone for sale. Together for over 12,000 crores, close to almost $2 billion. The successful bidders, the Kolkata-based RPSG Group, led by Sanjiv Goenka, who won the Lucknow team for 7,000 crores, and a UK-headquartered global venture capital firm, CVC, which won the Ahmedabad team for 5,600 crores. To put this in perspective, when the IPL was launched, all 8 teams were sold together for 3,000 crores. Today, just 2 teams have gone for 4 times as much. Sanjiv Goenka joins me. He is the chairman of RPSG Group, which also has interests in power. They do the power for Calcutta, CESC. They do carbon black, which is used in tires. They are also involved in the Spencer's retail chain. Thank you very much indeed, Sanjiv Goenka, for joining me. Congratulations to you. That's a huge amount, by the way. Have you had any second thoughts in the morning when you woke up and thought, what have I just done? No, no second thoughts.
No, this is a number that frankly was very strongly calibrated.
Okay.
Purely based on economics.
Okay.
It was not based on any emotion or any passion or anything. And I'll explain to you how.
Okay.
If I had the option, say, hypothetically, not that Bangalore is available or Rajasthan is available for sale.
Sure.
But the one time that Rajasthan discussed with me, they were asking for a price of 2,300 crores.
Okay.
This was a year or 2 years ago.
Right.
Now, if one took the figure of 2,300 crores, and if that's today's value, and you extrapolated that value over 10 years,
right,
a simple mathematical calculation takes you to about 3,100 or 3,200 crores.
Right.
Now let's look at the numbers that we've got. 7,000 crores to be paid over 10 years.
Yes.
And what I will get over 10 years from BCCI by way of broadcast revenues, sponsorship revenues, etc.
Yes.
Is at the worst, in my estimate, 3,900 crores.
Right.
At the best, would be 4,300 crores.
Right.
Now let's 3,900. So you pay 7,000, you get 3,900. So you are paying a net sum of 3,100 crores over a period of 10 years.
Right.
Which makes it a net present value of 2,300 crores.
I see. Interesting. So that's how you've come to this figure.
Exactly.
Of 7,000. I'll break it up. We'll get into the breakup a little bit as we go down the line, because, you know, for our viewers to absorb the numbers. But I see where you're coming from. But at the same time, Sanjiv Goenka, you bid almost double than what most others bid. And we're talking about, you know, people like the Adani Group and people like that. You outbid all of them by almost double. You're saying...
Well, I don't think I was double of Adani. They were 5,100.
Right.
So I think
it
was higher.
Yeah, substantially higher. Substantially higher.
Yeah. But I don't know what each person, each company, each group has its own way of looking at numbers. I've explained to you the way I've looked at the numbers.
No, that's fair enough. I see what you're saying about a jump in valuation, and everything rises in valuation, right? Because obviously, like when the IPL teams were first sold in 2008, the average cost of a team was working out to about 375 crores. Then in 2010, when Kochi and Pune were sold, by then it had already jumped to about 1,500 crores per team. So it had already jumped by about 5 times. But even with that, factoring that in, I guess that from there to 7,000 crores, which is almost close to $1 billion, I think that's what everyone was looking at and going, wow.
What is it?
Is that?
I mean, you know, valuations today, I mean, look at companies and how they were valued before.
Yeah.
Look at how they are valued today.
Right.
When I bought into my power company, it had a market cap of 14 crores.
Right.
Today it's 14,000 crores. So, I mean, it's, you know, how do you look at these things? I mean, it's dependent upon time, it's dependent upon markets, it's dependent upon how people look at it. Sports is now becoming a serious business. In the past, it was a hobby. Today, it's business. And I do believe this is something that can become at least 10,000 crores for us in 3, 4, 5 years.
10,000 crores in 3, 4, 5 years. The valuation to jump that much.
Valuation today is already gone. The enterprise value is 7,000 crores. And what is CSK valued at? CSK is India's first cricketing unicorn. So that.
Tell us though, what is, because I can't recall if I come across that number. What is CSK valued at what's your sense?
I read a few days ago that it's valued at $1 billion.
Okay.
So, I mean, you have benchmarks all along.
Well, I tell you what, even if it's not valued at $1 billion, thanks to this bid, thanks to yesterday's auction, all the 8 team owners are going to be I don't know if they're selling you laddu or flowers, but you've ramped up the valuation for IPL as a whole. But let's just come to now what you were saying, that 7,000 crores may seem a lot. And the big question in everyone's mind is, how will you pay this back? So like you said, you have to pay it over 10 years. So you have to pay 700 crores a year. You earn at the moment, with the media rights share and all of that, you can earn, I was told, somewhere between 200 to 300 crores a year.
That is as it stands. So the outgo on year 1 will be higher.
Right.
Outgo in years 7, 8, 9, 10 will be lower.
Sure. But I'm saying on an average.
Yeah, so average will be about 300 odd crores.
Right. So you're spending 700 crores.
And you will get roughly 400 crores.
And you're getting roughly 400. So you're out of pocket every year by 300 crores.
Yeah.
Which over 10 years comes to 3,000 crores.
Yeah.
Isn't that still a big cash out for you, Sanjiv Goenka?
I mean, if one made an acquisition, would it be big? I mean, today acquisition values are significant. I mean, I don't think it's a high value. I think it's a fair value. And the net present value of 3,000 is 2,300.
Okay. You also
and I'm paying over 10 years.
Okay. You also have to factor in what you'll be spending as running expenses for the team every year.
This is the acquisition cost. And at an operating level, you will have an operating loss. So that whether it's 40, 50, 60 crores, that's a matter of detail. It depends upon how much advertising you get,
right,
how much sponsorships you get, how much how many people come to the stadium, etc., etc. But that's the ballpark. Now that's a business thing. This is the acquisition part.
Okay. Anyway, the bottom line is it's yours. You're back in the IPL. I don't know how many people know this, but you've been in the IPL before. You were the owner of the Pune Super Giants in 2016-17, and I saw somewhere that you said you had unfinished business with the IPL.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
That was a wrong quote.
Okay.
That the journalist in question said.
Right.
I did not say it.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I don't think it was anyway meant in any kind of bad way, but I think the point being made was.
No, please understand, Vasu.
Yeah.
This is not a business. I mean, you don't bid this kind of numbers based on emotions or passion.
Right.
Or an emotion or a passion. You do 50 crores, 100 crores, 150 crores, 200 crores, but that's it.
Right.
So you do this based on economics.
Right.
It's very simple economics. So this is not. The fact that I'm passionate about sport is different.
Sure.
But this is an economic decision. The number has been arrived at scientifically. as I told you, if you take 2300, you extrapolate it, that comes to 3100
Right.
over 10. And that's the difference, that's the delta between what you have to pay and what you get from BCCI.
Fair enough.
So that's the way it's been approached. So there is no passion. The past is the past. That's history. That's gone.
Okay. Okay. I think the context that was being brought up was how close you came to victory, right? 2017, I believe, IPL it was, where you made it to the finals. You had Steve Smith as your captain, and I think you lost to Mumbai Indians by 1 run. So
that winning and losing is part of a game, and that is what the sport, any sport, teaches you. I mean,
Sure.
I'm part of football also. We lost last year's ISL final at the last minute because of a mistake of our goalkeeper.
right.
But that happens. That's sport.
No, of course, that is.
So this can happen at any stage. And we lost that final to a team which had a better temperament in the final.
Right.
So I think, yes,
That's
it's
part of the
disappointing to lose. It's always disappointing to lose. But
I
that's
understand.
the way it is.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying you may be passionate about sports, which you are, because like you said, you own the 80K Mohan Bagan soccer team, which is one of the best teams in the football league. You've been in cricket before, but this you made as a very clear-cut business decision. But tell me this now, because you were the highest bidder, you had a choice of both Lucknow and Ahmedabad. What made you choose Lucknow and not Ahmedabad, which some would say might be a more lucrative franchise?
Frankly, we have business interests in UP. I run a power distribution outfit in Noida, in Greater Noida.
Okay.
UP is a very important base for Spencer's retail outlets.
Okay.
UP is a very important base for Saregama's music to be consumed.
Right.
And so I actually felt that it'll help me build a connect with my consumers in UP.
As opposed to Ahmedabad, only because Ahmedabad also has this, brand new stadium. So
A fabulous stadium, absolutely fantastic stadium, the best in the world.
But you still didn't feel you wanted to go there. You felt UP would be a better fit for you.
Simply because of my market for certain products being stronger in UP.
Okay. Have you thought of a name yet?
No, too early. I didn't know I didn't think we will win it. And my approach was very simple. Let's approach the whole bid on a scientific basis.
Okay.
You bid on the numbers, the way it comes out based on the formula.
Right.
If you win, we are very happy. If we don't win, well, that's it.
Okay. So you're still thinking of a name. Any kind of dream team, wish list, players?
No. I mean, we'll have to first see what the BCCI's retention policy is,
Sure.
and which are the players who are available to us.
Okay.
And then we'll have to see.
I know, but do you have any personal favorites? Like last time, Dhoni was your captain in year 1 of Pune.
I may have my personal favorites. I mean, Virat is outstanding, MS is outstanding, Rohit is outstanding, and there are so many other great players. But they will not be released by their franchises.
Right.
So this is all, I mean, I can fantasize about having player A, B, C in my team, but at the end of the day, it's not going to happen.
But that's the question which I was a little curious about, Sanjiv Goenka, because when you come into the IPL as a new team and having paid such a substantial amount, and when you have most marquee players who are already snapped up, and like you said, the franchises are not going to be able to release them, does that concern you then as to how you're going to build up the brand and the team when all the big guns are already accounted for?
This is a franchise in perpetuity. It's not for 2022 only.
Right.
I've said this before, but when we had the Pune franchise, we did well with a lot of young players.
Sure.
Rahul Chahar, Washington Sundar, Deepak Chahar,
Right.
Shardul Thakur, who were not famous then, who two of whom made their debut in Pune's IPL games.
Right.
Two of whom were not part of the scene really. But today they are all national level players, and they are players who are considered very strong. So if you have a young, capable, determined kind of a team, it can still work. And frankly, if you succeed, if you perform well, sponsorships and everything comes by you.
Right.
So, in our calculations, we had factored in a much larger payout in year one, because we do expect it will take a year or 2 years for the franchise to actually take shape.
Right. Okay, so you're saying you can try to build it around a younger lot. Though of course last time you did have marquee players like Dhoni and Steve Smith who are kind of anchoring that younger team. But sure, it can definitely build up over time. But overall though, the fact that, like you said, you are willing to stake this amount makes you feel that even with the fact that we are going through some kind of economic, whatever you call it, slowdown or difficulty because of the past couple of years of the pandemic and all of that, you still feel the IPL is that valuable a property where teams are going to end up or have already ended up with billion-dollar valuations?
If I didn't feel, I wouldn't have been bidding this number.
Sure. I hear you. But give me a little bit of an idea of what makes you so bullish on the IPL, because there are so many competing leagues, some would say, which have sprung up all around the world, and there's a lot of cricket being played all the time. You really feel IPL has that much value?
All of you, sorry to say so, doubted the digital companies 5 years ago. Today, when transactions are done at 10,000 crores or 12,000 crores or 6,000 crores, you all say, no, this is the par for the course. When they're losing money hand over fist, you say that's par for the course.
Right.
Because that's the nature of the beast. That's the way that industry is.
Sure.
So you have to look at it. Sports as an industry is now getting to be valued for what it is. In the past, it was in America, then it came to Europe, now it's coming to Asia.
Right.
And this is going to be, if it is already not, the largest viewed league in the world. And with that, valuations are bound to go up. Look at how broadcast revenues are going up.
Yes.
Yeah, so that in itself is an indicator now.
No, that's true. I think it's, what is it? It's already about 3,500 crores or so per year for the 2018-22. So, 2022 broadcast rights.
It's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. So, when I look at my own business and I look at, say, for example, my music business, and so many more people are consuming music than they consumed in the past.
Sure.
It's all digital.
No, and
so it's all through platforms, multiple platforms.
And if you look at it, if you look at who else was bidding, like CVC, I have to confess I hadn't heard of them till they won this auction. But big global venture capital, they apparently have invested billions in sports all over the world. So clearly they saw the value in IPL. One of the Manchester United promoters was in the mix. So obviously people are seeing the IPL, like a global, like the the EPL or any of the big global leagues. But I just wanted to ask you though, Sanjiv Goenka, in conclusion, like you're talking about your own businesses, I think one of the questions which people were wondering about when they looked at these big numbers is there's a general perception that the economy is still struggling, it's still recovering from past couple of years of stress. But you felt confident enough in terms of how your own businesses are doing to...
my businesses are really not going to be funding this.
Right.
Neither CSC will fund, neither First Source will fund, neither Saregama will fund, neither Philips Carbon will fund.
Okay.
So having said that, let me say that my businesses are actually doing way better than they've been doing in the past.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so our profits last year were the highest that we've ever had. Our revenues last year were the highest that we've ever had.
Okay.
but that notwithstanding, but my businesses are not really funding this. They'll be funded by RPSG Ventures and my own private companies.
Oh, I see. Okay. So the funding will come from different verticals or different silos.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary. Well, it's been fascinating talking to you. I wish you all the very best with your franchise.
Thank you.
We'll be very keenly watching to see what name you come up with, what players. Like you said, it's all very new and nascent for you, but you clearly seem excited. So that's great. And so hopefully then by when do you think you'll be able to set the ball rolling in the weeks ahead?
Well, the team has already got cracking on different action points today.
Okay. Well, you have to hit the decks running, I guess. But thank you so much, Sanjiv Goenka, and all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you, Vasu.